Welcome back, DIYers. In today's video, I want to talk about how I heat up my workshop. So let's dive in. All right, guys, with it getting colder, I know a lot of y'all are like myself. We have a workshop or we have a garage that we do a lot of work in. We either, make stuff, fix stuff, or do any kind of things like that. And so I want to show you guys how I heat up my garage. For that, when I first started, this is what I used. Just a little space heater. You can see this is just a small space heater. I also had a tower space heater that I used as well. Both of those work pretty well, but I would say that neither of them were able to really heat this area. This is a 2-car garage where a lot of my workshop is housed. I kind of get half of it. The other half is my kids and my wife. They're kind of storage stuff over there. So this was only able to kind of heat up my feet, especially when it's starting to get cold like this out there. So this was a good starter, but this is something I would say maybe can get you started. But I'm going to show you a couple options that have really helped out and kind of up the game for when it gets cold. You're able to kind of work out here a little bit longer and keep the feelings in your hands and your toes. So let's check these out. So guys, this is the heater that I have hung up in my garage right now. This is a Shinnick. I guess that's how you say that. I was sent this to review and I have actually loved it and have been using it myself. As you can see, it's easy to turn on right here. It has a little remote. You can see it has just the light on it, the low heat, and also the high heat, and it has worked extremely well for me. As you can see, all you have to do is just press the button right there and it turns everything on. It has a light, which is really nice, and then it also can heat up the room. You can see it has a low and a high heat, so I've hit the high heat and it is beginning to turn on. It only takes a few seconds for this thing to heat up. Then once all the way hot, this thing can heat up to 350 square feet, which is perfect for my size garage and what I have. And it just kind of depends on what you need it for, but this thing will start going and it will get cooking, which is really nice and easy. And you can use this in all different places, whether you want to use it in a garage. I've seen people use it on the porch or at restaurants and stuff like that as well. But it's really easy to mount up there. As you can see, it's just a few screws. All you do is just screw them to some beams right here, or if you want to screw it to just the side of the wall or whatever you want to do it, you can use multiple different options for this, and it works really well and super easy to do. So just to show you, this is the Amazon listing for it right now. As you can see, has the remote, has the whole setup there. Again, it's 85 bucks, which is pretty reasonable for that. You can see this one has it in its garage and has a couple of them set up to warm it up there. Has the control panel, I pointed out, high, low, and medium, or just high and low, excuse me. Same thing on the remote there. Heats up to 300 square feet, instant heat, a couple different options, remotes, and then again, a little work light, safety features, modes of operation. You can tilt it, which is nice, and then works in the indoor space. So I've even seen again right here, this is an example of people using it, at a restaurant or something like that. So a bunch of different options. Really cool though. I think it's going to be a great option, and again, has worked really well for me. Keeps the area, workable, so you're able to use that. It's not going to be able to heat up an entire garage or heat up, again, a large 500 square foot to 1,000 square foot area. But if you have a smaller area, this is definitely a great option for you. I've also started seeing a lot of different brands and a lot of different options in stores, even some deals during the Black Friday run there. So I know these are beginning to get more and more popular and probably having the cost come down a little bit as well. I'll also have links for all these heaters down below. And so the next option I want to talk about right here, as you can see, this is a heavy duty heater. This has been another great item that someone sent to me to review. And I like it because this can also be mounted. You can see this right here. It can be mounted just like the one that I have mounted right up there. You got the bracket. You can mount this on a single stud. So if you want to just mount this somewhere like that, or if you want to mount it on the double studs, you can do that. But it's just going to set up like this, or you can go back in a bunch of different ways. So there's all kind of ways you can mount this, which is really nice and neat. But this is able to heat up 2- and 3-car garages or shops that are much bigger than that back there behind me. This can heat up a large area and can make an area if you're going to be working on vehicles, or if you're going to be doing a lot of work in the workshop or wood shop, whatever. This is a great option for you. As you can see, it has little vents on the front right here. It's really nice, really easy to use. You can kind of point those. Has a lot of functions right here on the bottom as well. So you can control the temperature. You can control the, how how strong you want it to come out, and all those types. So a lot more features on this one. Again, it's really heavy duty and strong, and this is going to be able to heat up a lot bigger area, and it's definitely going to do a great job for you. Just kind of really depends on what you need. So if you need something large and you want to heat up, again, a workshop, or if you want to heat up an outdoor, area, patio, or like an outdoor area that's semi-enclosed, you want to keep kind of part of it heated up, this is definitely a great option for you, because it's going to be able to push out a lot of heat up a lot of areas, and it's going to do a great job. One of the negatives on this is it is a 240 volt. So you got to remember, when you order one of these, you're gonna need a special plug-in like you have for your dryer. So you wanna make sure you get one of those installed if you don't already have one. Because it's gonna be putting out so much heat, you're gonna need that extra installer and extra little plug. So just really depends. What you need is gonna be what you're gonna use in your situation. So guys, here is the Amazon link for it. As you can see, it is the 7,500 watt electric garage heater with the remote, which is nice. It also comes with, the little remote. You can see it has all the options down there at the bottom. And it has a bunch of other features I want to show you guys. They do have one that is the 500 watt. It's the 500 square feet, all the way up to the 1,000 square foot one as well. So you can get a bunch of those options. Another thing I like about it right here, as you can see, it has the powerful heater, which we've talked about. But it also is pretty quiet, so you can see the kind of difference right there. Washing machine and a vacuum cleaner, 60 decibels, which is nice, so you're going to be able to do stuff. But one of my things I like about it right here is it has this smart adjustment. It has consistent heat, and so it's actually going to be able to make sure that you have the heat kind of just staying in that little zone there, so it's really nice. But you can see the different things. We already talked about this, the different parts right here, different ways it can go up and down, and then also the remote as well. So a lot of different cool features with that. Pretty good price right here. It's marked down already right now at $159, so you can snag this and get a great deal on that. But again, I think it's one of the best, most powerful, and even fastest heaters that I've ever used, especially for DIYers. So this is a great option. But overall, there's so many different options to heat up your garage. Whether you want to go with just something small, maybe your garage is really small, your workshop is tiny, you can just use one of these and that's going to be enough. Or if you need something to hang to kind of get it off the ground, that's another great option. Or if you have a large area, you want to heat it up and you want to make sure it stays warm, or maybe you want to make sure everything in that area doesn't get too cold, this is definitely one you should look into. I'll have links for all these down below. Also, let me know in the comments down below what you use to heat up your workshop or your area. But thank you guys so much for joining us here today, and I will see you in the next video.